Eagles Nation, stand up and welcome to Bird's Eye View from one fan to another. I'm your host and fellow fan, Clay Rowland. Let's get this thing popping. Saints 20, Eagles 14. Divisional playoffs. Well, that loss ends the Eagles season, and what a peaks and valleys season it was. It's not the season I envisioned for the Super Bowl champs, but it's what we got. But it was enough to get us into the second season, which is the NFL's playoffs. So let's head to this game. Let's start with my offense first. In the first quarter, let's be honest, Doug called an aggressive game. Nick was being aggressive for football, getting the ball downfield, making plays, which resulted in a touchdown and made the score 7-0 to Jordan Matthews. Perfect. Saints get the ball, 3 and out. Nick takes the ball again, drives the team down. He does a 1-yard plunge. It's 14-0. And I'm tell you right now, I'm feeling good. Offense is clicking on all cylinders. They're blocking well, not running particularly well, but it's okay. It's just well enough to keep everybody peeking in the backfield. And I thought that I thought the offense played good for that one quarter, but that was it. We didn't score another time that game. We didn't score again, and I was concerned with that. I thought Doug dialed it back some. I don't think Nick was being as aggressive as he could be. So I could really get in depth about it, but there's no need to. I just thought that we just I didn't think that Doug made the adjustments he needed to make to take that next step offensively to secure a win. And the last play of the game, of course, Alshon, the ball went through his hands. And I wanted to get upset at Alshon. I did because, that's what I tend to do sometimes. I get upset at players when they don't make plays, but it's kind of difficult to get mad at Alshon. He had 3 drops the whole year. The most crucial was the third one, which he did against the Saints. But it is what it is. Because he's mainly, if you know Alshon Jeffrey, he's sure-handed. He catches the ball, usually. And this one just slipped through his hand. And, because let's be honest, he beat Lattimore on that route. And that tight curl route, he came around, and he just, the ball went through his hand. So it happens. Too bad that the offense put in that position when they start with a 14-0 lead and couldn't score again. So it's a lot of things that happen there, and I'm not going to get too in depth about it, like I said. But it was unfortunate that it happened. I felt bad for. Of course, I feel bad for my Eagles, but I really feel bad for Alshon Jeffrey because he is a quality receiver. He is our number 1 receiver, and so it is what it is. All right. Let's go to the defense side of the ball. As far as allowing points, if someone told me before this game that the Eagles would allow 20 points, I said, we win this game. I thought that, we allowed 20 points, but we couldn't get off the field, especially in the third quarter. Defense could not get off the field, and that's concerning because this game, even though it's about points and scoring points, it's also about time of possession. Because if you're able to keep the ball for a certain length of time, you're able to wear a team down, and that's what we were able to do. They're getting first down, 3rd and 14. And Michael Thomas, he's running what, 15-yard dig routes, and he's running it. You can't stop it. Slants over the middle, 15 yards, getting 3rd and 15, 3rd and 9. He's getting first downs. I thought Jim Schwartz called a horrible game. I really do. I don't think he let his players play. The defensive end was, is wide open for his holes all in the defense. I might have went man, but maybe that might have been worse. Who knows? But I thought Jim Schwartz called a horrible game. So it is what it is. And what Jim Schwartz was thinking, and my thinking was that the time he blitzed the most was against the Saints when Drew Brees put 48 points up on us in week 11. So I guess he dialed down the blitzes, but it's time to pressure Drew Brees, which is a different defense we have. Kudos to the LeBlanc kid. Let's be honest. When Sean Payton opened up the game, he he really said, are the Eagles for real, or are they the same team who played week 11? So the first play of the game, he goes deep, try to get Ted Ginn, try to give him the middle field. LeBlanc said nah, and made an interception. So Sean Payton did try to punk us in the beginning, see if he will try to see, will he have to coach this game or let him just play backyard football like they did in week 11? But he had to coach, and he made the adjustments, and Doug didn't, and Jim Schwartz didn't, and that's why we're sitting home watching the rest of the playoffs, the championship game, and we're going to watch the Super Bowl as spectators. But it is what it is. All right? So let's go to my offensive player of the game. My offensive player of the game, I got that Michael Thomas guy, man, for the Saints. I thought he played well. He found the holes in the defense, and he was able to just settle in and he killed us, 170 yards reception, receiving, something like that. Defensive player of the game, nobody really stands out to me. I just give it to the entire Saints defense, was able to contain us and keep us 14 points for most of the game. And special team player of the game, who cares? Anyway, like I said, it was a peaks and valleys season. Season's over. So what do we go from there? What are we going to do looking forward into next season? Okay. Nick Foles is probably gone. I can't imagine Nick Foles being here, especially if they give him a $20 million bonus, something like that. I can't see Nick Foles would be here. It'd be nice to see we get something for him, because Nick's a quality quarterback and somebody will play a pretty penny. Because if Kirk Cousins got $89 million, all guaranteed money, and never won nothing, what would Nick Foles get on the open market? I don't know, but it'd be something pretty big. So I think we need a stud running back. I think we need a running back. We need a stud running back, a workhorse that we don't have. That running back by committee, kind of like it, but I lean to a stud running back. We got to look at the free agency market and see who's out there. We need a guy that we can count on to run the ball, just like last year when we had Blunt. Them 3rd and 3s and 3rd and 2s, give it to Blunt, he gonna get you them yardage. We have no one like that, to be honest. I like Smallwood. I do. I like him. Sproles is probably gone. I can't see Sproles sticking around again. But we'll see what happens, though. But it has to get better, because I believe the coaching has to get better. I believe as players grow and they get better, coaches have to do the same thing. And I hope this game is a learning experience for Doug Peterson and his staff, because they were definitely out coaching this game. Because talent for talent, in this game, we had this game. Let's be honest. It was a winnable game. We had the Saints on the ropes, and we let them off. Okay. So moving forward, we have to shore up some things. Like I said, Nick Foles is probably gone. We have to find, is Nate Sudfeld a real true backup quarterback, or will we have to get another, bring somebody into camp and challenge Nate Sudfeld for that number 2 quarterback spot? Stud running back offensively. I think receiver pretty good. Maybe if we don't keep Mike Wallace, we might need another speech on the outside just to open things up and pull the coverage that way. Lineman, Brandon Brooks probably be out for next season towards Achilles, so I think he'll be out. So we have to look at some linemen. Maybe in the draft we get a lineman. Jason Peters up in the air. So we got a lot of free agencies out there coming up. So we got to shore up a lot of things. Defensively, I can't see us keeping Brandon Graham. It's going to be difficult. I love to keep Brandon Graham because I like him. I think he's a talent. But I think defensively we're on the verge right there. I would like to see maybe a defensive back, a shutdown corner. I know Darby might be coming back, Sidney Jones. So we'll see what happens there. But we have to really dig deep in, because this year was one of those years that it just wasn't meant to be. But moving forward, next year it's Super Bowl or bust. I'm not taking nothing less. I'm not taking anything less than an appearance in the Super Bowl next year, period. Because we're built for this, okay? We proved that this year that we're still built for this. So we see what happens. All right. So, yo, I had a ball. Let me tell you what, I had a ball this season. I mean, you people out there let me vent, and I vented. You know, I got tweets, I got text messages, emails. You know, people. You know, I appreciate it. People disagree with me. People agree with me. It's always EAGLES all day. I get my knowledge from you guys, believe me, and from watching the game, and I get different opinions, and I enjoyed this season. I enjoyed doing this show. I enjoy it immensely. But it's over. So they're packing up their lockers. Yeah, I'm gonna pack up mine, get ready for next season. So send me your last tweets, send me your last email, your texts, and I'll, make sure I get back to you in the off season. Maybe we communicate somehow, that way. But remember, it's always EAGLES all day. Always hit me on my Twitter at Me and My Eagles. Subscribe to my channel. And we're going to keep this thing going. We're ready for next year because 2019, it's time to make a run for the Super Bowl again. All right? So remember, it's always EAGLES all day. I'm your bull, Clay Rowland. It's been a pleasure to sit here in front of you for the last 3, 4, 5 months. All right? Be safe and have a good one.